What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily fantasy quickie. What's up, guys? Welcome to what week are we? 15 daily fantasy quickie. It's day 1 of week 15. My name is JJT, and we have Commish, day 1, week 15. Just a few games, I think 4 games today. A lot, but we have some good things to talk about. Injuries, rumors, and some nice player topics that we can discuss. Despite the few number of games today, Utah didn't play all their starting 5. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Well, Mike Conley back to back, so he didn't play. The Donovan is still in concussion protocols. So, I don't know about Royce O'Neal. I think Royce O'Neal, they just decided since we're not gonna win this game anyway, I guess just don't play and don't waste your energy in this game.
Royce though has been game time decision for a few days now, so pretty much in a few games. So I think they just decided, yeah, you're right, they might have decided to just rest him. Bojan was also out, and who was their other starter?
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert out as expected, and Hassan Whiteside back in. I was kind of nervous about Whiteside because he started a little slow, didn't do much early on. But yeah, solid. Of course, not the Gobert numbers, but decent enough. I think 10-9 and a few blocks. So Whiteside filled in well for Rudy Gobert. Not much, I don't think we're gonna focus too much on who replaced them today. I don't think they're gonna be good ads anyway.
Yeah. Let's just talk about the injuries. Gobert's injury supposedly is a mild strain, so probably not gonna be out long. There's no new news about pairs or anything, so I guess he's fine. It's just probably 3 games, maybe 2 to 3 games. So Hassan's value not gonna be long term. For Bojan, he has lots of injuries. He has a fracture in his finger, so he has to wear a splint, but he can play through it. The knee, there's no new update, so I don't know. Maybe it's fine. I'm not sure. So Bojan might be in danger of longer rest, I think, but I'm not sure.
Who benefits if he rests? Rudy Gay maybe benefits a bit.
I guess. Well, Daniel House.
House played a great game today.
Yeah, played a great game. I really don't see anybody benefiting here.
This is Utah, right? Everything seems to be so familiar, so common that whenever things like these happen, you just don't know who shows up, who can show up.
Yeah. I think well, Daniel House was a new signing. So we didn't know much about that, and we didn't see him play a lot. But again, if Bojan will miss games, I'm pretty sure there will be different players stepping up in different games. Sometimes it might even be Jordan Clarkson, right?
Yeah.
Like a while ago, Clarkson played well, and at times maybe Rudy Gay, as you said, maybe Daniel House, maybe Eric Pascal. So I really don't see an ad here.
Yeah. Yeah. So at least there's the good news as well for Rudy Gobert owners. Doesn't seem like it's a serious one. So just have to wait for maybe a week or so. Other players who rested today, DeRozan rested. Jarrett Allen had an illness, did play as well. I'm not sure how serious that is. Hopefully it's nothing too serious as well. Rumors, there's not much news. Let's talk about, players coming back. Anthony Davis is coming back. I think he's going to be playing tomorrow.
Yes.
So yeah, just fill him in your rosters. Jerami Grant is close to returning. He has been I think he was from COVID protocols as well, and of course that hand injury or I think the thumb injury that he had. But he was called in back from the G League, so that means he has been practicing and playing a bit in the G League. So Jerami Grant should be back, and there could be some rumors. This is one guy that's been in rumors for a couple of weeks now. Everybody seems to want Jerami Grant.
Everybody wants Jerami Grant, but Jerami Grant wants
to be on a bad team.
A big role. A big role. He doesn't want to go to the Lakers and be the third, fourth, fifth option there. So that one was apparently the Pistons didn't agree with that deal because Jerami Grant didn't want that deal also with the Lakers deal. So let's see where he lands. But wherever he lands, one thing's for sure, he wants to be the top option. He wants to be the guy wherever he goes. And I really don't see any team right now where he can be the top option except Detroit. I mean, among the teams that want him, at least.
Yeah. And among the teams that, would probably benefit from him through the playoffs. I mean, he is, I don't think he is. It's hard seeing Jerami Grant as a franchise cornerstone.
Mm-hmm.
That's one, right? And if he wants more role, he'll probably end up with a bad team on another bad team. And what are the bad teams out there? Houston, Orlando. These teams have their own top dogs, as we call it, right? So we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens on Feb 10. Houston rumors. Since we're there, Commish has some rumors.
No, this one came out in the Athletic, so I guess people who read also read about these rumors about Christian Wood. For one, of course, Miami is a team that is supposedly eyeing him aside from Charlotte. But according to the Athletic, the Rockets are not really inclined to trade him unless there's a very, very nice offer. So it's similar to the Ben Simmons situation, which we'll be talking about later. What they said was it has to be a really good offer, but more likely they will keep Christian Wood. That's what they said. Of course, we don't know if it's just posturing or just, just playing coy about a trade. So that is big because, for one, Christian Wood, that will make me a little more worried about him if he stays in Houston. Number two, that's not good for Sengun, for sure. I guess Jeremy also wants to discuss Sengun a little bit.
No, I am trading my Sengun. The only stock.
Yeah.
I think I've decided already
to
trade him. Even at low end trade that are useful for the fantasy team, for my own fantasy team. I'll probably accept. I'll try to see if Pat's offer is still available because I countered him and he countered back with a different offer. But yeah, I might get the initial offer. It's Sengun for Kennard and Looney. I'll probably take that.
Kennard and Looney. Okay. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're, fighting for positions, trying to win.
I'm not fighting for position. I'm just trying to make a decent finish here in this league.
Well, yeah. I mean, in that case, Sengun will not really benefit you.
Yep.
For me, it's a smart thing to do. If there's still any Sengun believers out there, you could probably still extract some value for Sengun. And this Christian Wood rumor makes it even a little worse because, as they said, Houston is not really inclined to trade him. That's the deal. Even Eric Gordon, which we all predicted may be traded, Houston is also actually very contented with just keeping him because he's supposedly their locker room veteran presence, the leader.
Yeah.
So Houston is actually just contented to probably trade Daniel Tays supposedly and maybe DJ Augustine. Those are small deals. So fantasy wise, I really don't see any big changes there when those things happen. So
Yeah.
I guess those are the Houston rumors as of now.
Yeah, again, these are just rumors. Don't take our word for it. We just read these, and nothing set in stone other than Feb 10. There'll be some moves. There'll probably be some moves that you know. We'll see what fantasy impact they would have.
Yes.
One player though that might have that's also another question mark when it comes to I this guy. We've always talked about him early in the season. His name has been related to Kyrie, players who we thought would not play this season, and it's looking like there's a big chance that this guy won't play. Ben Simmons, we are talking about Ben Simmons. There's been some rumors that Philly, um, might just be content in just keeping him and waiting for that James Harden situation to and see what happens with James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets after the season. So that would mean they'll just put Ben Simmons there on the shelf and wait until the season ends.
This came directly from Daryl Morey, so this is not a speculation. It's just whether you believe him or not. Or as we said, this is playing mind games. But he said more likely Ben Simmons won't be traded. I think. Well, Jeremy has Ben Simmons. I told him, he's number one in that league. The right thing to do is just
wait,
see it through February 10. If really there's no moves, then of course he's an easy drop. If you want to trade him now, yeah, you can. But I've seen some managers drop Ben Simmons in some leagues, which is kind of, I'm not saying wrong, but I'm saying illogical. But kind of, why would you do it now? I mean, if you wanted to drop him, maybe you should have dropped him earlier. So I don't see any reason why he should be dropped right now. Yes, they said he's likely not to be traded, but there's still chance he gets traded. So
yeah, I think the finality of this situation would only be seen after February 10, after the trade deadline. Once that's passed and he's not traded, well, he wouldn't be traded for sure, right? So until that happens, I don't think there's anything certain about the situation at this point. Even if Daryl Morey says that we'll probably wait and all these things are just words, if a trade comes in that he would probably like, maybe a Dame Lillard trade, I don't know. Some teams might just decide later on that they want to trade their stars because right? So we don't know what will happen. So
and one of the reasons why it's getting hard to trade Simmons is that Philadelphia has even added a lot of conditions. Like for Atlanta, one of the teams that being rumored, they want Tobias Harris to be included in the deal, which is like Tobias plus Simmons contract is 60-something million. So that makes it even harder. If you're Atlanta, you're all of a sudden thinking, okay, Sacramento, meanwhile, wants Tybul. And for the Sixers, Tybul is non-negotiable. They don't want to trade Tybul, as in he's off limits. So again, that makes it harder to make deals because you're removing a player out of the equation that the other team wants. And also, the rumor is Sacramento actually wants to keep the Aaron Fox and Tyrese Haliburton combo. They want to build around these two, which is against what we were thinking, or I was thinking. I was thinking like they saw Haliburton so good without Fox, they will trade Fox. But apparently they want.
That's the wishful thinking of Commish.
Yeah,
they trade the Aaron Fox and keep Haliburton, so both those players' value would probably be better with them being apart, right? That rather than being together. So if you own Fox, moving to another team might be good for him, and if Haliburton stays, that's perfect for Haliburton because you've seen how Haliburton is without Fox, and well, he's way better than Fox so far, and he's way better than a lot of players.
And
He is the top dog there.
I'm honestly shocked that they would think that it's better to build around the two, and actually they think the Aaron Fox is their centerpiece. But anyway, I'm not a general manager, so I'm just speculating. I'm just thinking about it from afar, looking at it, and daydreaming of Haliburton having his own team and continuing his top 25 season. But apparently that's also a little off base. So, and then another rumor is Caris Levert. He's supposedly the pacer who's most probably going to be traded, which makes sense. Actually makes sense. And I believe he's one of the more likely to be traded.
Now that thing would be a more I would say it's going to be hard to see what value Levert would have until we see which team he goes to. Because depends on he's a good player, but this would really depend on what the role would be.
I'll give you a team. I think Cleveland is one of the teams that's very, very aggressive to get Levert, and I really think that there might be a deal there for Cleveland because they lost. Of course, they lost a lot of players. They're down.
They lost Rubio. Markkanen is out. Sexton is out. Yeah. So, and Levert is probably good. If he even starts, that's going to be a scary tall starting five for them once Markkanen comes back, right? Levert being their shooting guard probably. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But again, even if Levert starts with Cleveland, maybe we still don't know what value he's gonna be because of the depth. There's still depth there in Cleveland, depending on who they give up, right?
But I think if you're talking about value of Levert, I don't think it's gonna change a lot, whether it's Indiana or Cleveland. I think he's gonna have the role. He's gonna be a scorer. That's been his role. He's still gonna be the same. The way I see it, he's not gonna be affected too much. I think.
All right. So those are just some small rumors as we close in on trade deadline. That's a couple of weeks away. Now let's get back to more fantasy discussion. Worry. It's going to be a short one. Worry list. Well, the Knicks have been a worry team. We talked about them in depth, I think 2 or 3 quickies ago. Other than Randall and maybe Mitchell, the rest have been just shady options for fantasy.
I'll just discuss. I mean, we have discussed Randall to death already. I think people know what. He's been a disappointment. Everybody.
He's been a disappointment, but at least he's still gonna be rostered. You won't be dropping him. It's not going to be a tough decision. You can trade him, but again, that's a different conversation altogether. The other guys, though.
I mean, apparently Randall has high trade value in other leagues.
Yeah.
Joseph Crisostomo has been showing me some Randall trades that happen in their leagues, and one involved Karl Anthony Towns and the other involved Nikola Jokic just a month ago. So I don't know. I guess Randall still has value. So you guys have to try if you can swing a deal right there.
Yeah. But the other guys, they've been inconsistent, mostly bad, and lots of inconsistencies there.
The Kemba situation is something that has to be resolved, I think. He's not an every game player. He plays on and off. He's resting sometimes. And it's fantasy-wise, it's a nightmare because, if you own Alec Burks, he's one of my worry players today. No score at all. 3 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 16 minutes. When Kemba is out, he plays well. But when Kemba plays, he's not gonna get enough minutes. And then there's of course Quickly. There's even Reddish who's out of the rotation. Did not even play. So it's messy. I really don't I don't want to hold any Nick right
Like
now.
I told you, it's a problem with Thibodeau's rotation. I think it's
Yeah.
Thibodeau that is the problem there in New York. We just can't get a solid rotation, right? That would stick. Yeah, like you said, the Kemba situation, the Burks has been really good when he's starting, but they don't start him every game. Just when he came back, right? He was starting to get good value, scoring, doing all the things, all the other things he does early in the season, and then they bench him and sit him.
It's because of Kemba.
Yeah.
Tibbs has already said he's not going to put Kemba off the bench. So if Kemba plays, Kemba starts. And if Kemba starts, Burks goes off the bench just by mathematics because there's Barrett, there's Fournier. So as long as Kemba is playing, Burks is probably a drop. Probably a drop.
Yeah. Well, he's been a drop for weeks, a couple of weeks now. I think he should have been dropped already in most leagues. Yeah, so the New York situation is kind of messy. I don't know if Fournier probably in a 12 team can be dropped.
He is.
14. Is he a drop in a 14? I don't see a lot of Fournier, but yeah, maybe
it's name value. I don't see a lot of Fournier, but you should be dropping him if there is a good replacement.
Cam Johnson, is he a good replacement for Fournier?
Yes, I'll do that in a heartbeat.
I've seen lots of Cam Johnson drop over the past few days, even weeks, couple of weeks. I've picked up a lot of Cam Johnson in our league. I just couldn't wait till 4 p.m. a while ago. I added Cam Johnson. Not even sure if I did the right thing, but yeah, I dropped KCP because of that same situation with the Wizards. That's kind of a messy one in terms of the rotation. So yeah, just in case you're looking for players to add, there are a lot of players from time to time. You have to just look through the waivers and see who dropped who, because some managers would be kind of desperate. If they get frustrated, they get how do you say this, emotional if some of their players didn't do well. Yeah, that you can pick up those players. And yeah, Cam Johnson is one of our buy players. We said Hassan could be good for a week. Bismack Biyombo has been good, even better than JaVale, right? I mean, today I think he had another double today.
He played 31 minutes and JaVale played 16, and I don't know. That's, I think, the third straight game he has outplayed JaVale. So
no, I think a big part of that as well is that, like we said, JaVale doesn't play lots of minutes. He can't play lots of minutes. He rarely goes above 25 minutes, right? He rarely goes beyond 25 minutes.
Yeah.
While Bismack Biyombo is used to playing more minutes because he was a starter in Charlotte before, and he plays more minutes. So maybe I'm just saying maybe that's one thing why he's getting more minutes than JaVale, because JaVale hasn't really been a guy known to have big minutes.
And I think that's one. And another thing is the rotation, as you said, McGee comes out after 6 or 7 minutes. When Biyombo comes in, he's playing so well. So I guess Monty just has to stick with him for. I mean, it's hard to remove someone who's playing so well.
I think this is all Chris Paul. The scoring, the rebounding is more of a system thing. Phoenix has their own system there that's been working already, but the scoring is more surprising. I mean, the rebounding thing is something that he should be doing because he's a center, but the scoring has been quite surprising, and I think it's all about Chris Paul setting him up, looking for him, getting him into the right spots. So Bismack Biyombo should be. Now the interesting part here is that what happens to Biyombo. This might be a Omer Year 7 situation wherein when Ayton comes back, We don't know what happens to Biombo.
Easy. When Aiton comes back, Biombo is a drop.
You think
as
he
good
goes ahead of JaVale?
No, I don't think so. Maybe he still gets minutes. I can see them sharing backup minutes, backup center. Maybe alternating or maybe getting 10 each, or maybe 8 and 8, something like that. But for him to overtake totally McGee, I don't think that will happen. And Biombo, I mean, we have seen Biombo do this every year. He will fizzle out. He will fizzle out unless he becomes a new guy all of a sudden. At what age? I don't know what his age is, but I don't think he's gonna change. He's gonna fizzle out eventually.
Yeah, but well, maybe I know we don't have to. We shouldn't be trusting this, performance to stick. It's just that there's Chris Paul there, and he can make others really good. So yeah, but yeah, ride him while as long as he's playing well, we can all ride him. Ride
That's
the
true.
Biombo wave, as we say. Until Aiton, there's no timetable for Aiton. I don't know when he's coming back. So yeah, just in case, there could be a couple of weeks, a week or two more. Ayo, I'm not sure why Ayo is still on the buy list, but yeah, if in case someone dropped Ayo because Levine came back today, he shouldn't be.
I guess Levine's coming back is one factor. Another factor is Ayo struggled the last game. Yeah, I think he had 5 points only and something like that. So I would tell people that Ayo has never been consistent. Even at the start of the season, actually, he started in 1 or 2 games where the Bulls were out of so many players. He did not produce. So today he had 24 points, 8 assists, 10 of 14 shooting. That's good. That's great. But the next game, it could easily be, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, something like that. So don't be discouraged. The important thing is he's starting. He remained the starter. Kobe White was the one who was benched. So at least, I mean, the minutes should be safe. I mean, there's nobody coming back anytime soon.
Yeah.
Caruso, Lonzo, they're not coming back anytime soon.
Would you rather have Ayo than Cam Johnson?
Yeah, I think so. I would rather have Ayo only because, Cam Johnson is very one-dimensional, as we've said. He's only a 3-point shooter. He's not really good in other stats. Although this year he has added some more other stats, but still not consistent. Ayo has already shown that, he's a passer. He's a point guard. He has, the assists. He can do that. If he's hot, he can score. He can shoot threes. And he's a good, steals rate is good for Ayo. So I'd rather have Ayo.
Would you rather have Ayo over, who are the good ads here? Batum?
Yeah. I'll never pick Batum over someone we don't still, potential and upside. Batum is so boring that I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in the waiver wire 5, 6, 7, 8 more times this season. Don't worry about Batum. I think he's gonna be dropped and added multiple times.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of other players who have been dropped recently. But we'll see. I'll try to. How about Noel Nerlens?
It depends on It depends on what you need for me. Noel today, one of my buy players again. One of our buy players before also played back to back, so that's good. And 13 rebounds.
So wait, you said it depends on what you mean. I guess it's because Noel is a center and Ayo is a. But would you trust Ayo more than Noel?
I trust Ayo more than Noel.
Right.
I trust Ayo more than Noel.
From the trust side, regardless of, at least from if you have 2 players there that you can pick because you want to improve, you can improve both areas, right? And you have both available.
If you tell me that both healthy, who I'll pick Noel without a doubt. I'll pick Noel.
Well,
9 times
Noel's
out of 10
healthy now.
Out of 10.
Noel's healthy now.
But come on.
That's why I use the word trust. If you trust,
that's why I don't trust him. That's why I don't. It's not his fantasy game. I don't trust. You just give him 15 to 20 minutes. He's gonna be top 100, maybe top 120 at the worst. But You get him 0 minutes, he's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna do anything. So
And
yeah,
he's
he's
in New
healthy now.
York.
Let's see.
Like I said, he's in New York. Could be another situation wherein both him and Mitchell Robinson could be sharing time and all of those things. So yeah, that's Commish's take. Ayo over Noel. Dean Wade is another player who started today for Markkanen. We said that when Markkanen went down, he was okay. Okoro was good as well. I mean, not so bad. Scored. I think this was the best scoring game he had since he came back. So at least there's that. So yeah, Dean Wade and Okoro. Okoro, I've seen lots of Okoro there.
I think you can add Okoro. Just there would be some trickle down effects losing Markkanen. Actually, if there's some Dean Wade in deeper leagues, 14, 16 team leagues, I think I'll add Dean Wade also. He's almost like Markkanen. The way I see it, maybe 2 to 3 3-pointers, maybe some rebounds, 5
a less
rebounds.
athletic Markkanen, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. Like he also has, sometimes he'll get 1 steal for you, although it's obvious, of course, not consistent. But like a poor man's Markkanen. Markkanen is already a poor man's whatever, but the poor man's Markkanen. So yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, and those are our bye players. Feel good. Let's talk about some feel good. Kevin Love played well. I told you. Without
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love is the guy that I'm banking on.
Yeah, but actually, if you look at it, he didn't have any additional minutes. He only got 23. But he really played well today. He shot the ball well. But more than the minutes, I think with Markkanen out, they would need, because Markkanen is not just playing small forward. Markkanen is playing power forward. Also, when off the bench, like the rotation happens, he replaces Mobley or whatever, so it becomes Kevin Love. So he becomes their top outside scorer right now. Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love, solid this year actually.
Yeah,
I think Kevin Love is having a great season this year. Chris Paul quietly having a great season. He had a great game today. Against the second unit of the Jazz, right? They were against the Jazz, right?
Yeah. They were against the Jazz. And again, I don't know if I'll be happy or not. Another 40-minute game for him. And I know Cameron.
40 minutes against the Jazz second unit.
Well, the game was close. In fairness, the game was close. But,
which was worse?
But still,
because it was close.
But still, 40 minutes is 40 minutes, and I mean, I don't know.
They played him 40 minutes because Monty might be so mad that they couldn't. They've been, bulldozing their way through different teams, healthy teams, and now this Utah Jazz team without their whole starting 5 was able to keep it close.
The second straight game that happened, they were against Indiana without Indiana starting 5. They had the last game, and that was close. And that was when Chris Paul had 42 minutes. So he has 82 or 83 minutes the past 2 games. I don't know. As I said, I don't know if I'm going to be happy or not. I'm a Chris Paul owner. I'm happy of whatever he's giving me right now, but I need him
to be there in the finals.
Yeah. Yeah. I need him 6 weeks down the line, not now. So hopefully there's still something left in the tank for him when that time comes.
Yeah, Chris Paul and Vucevic played well after we called him out. He didn't hear us, but
DeRozan was out today, so
yeah. Well, Levine came back, so
yeah, I guess.
So at least he shot the ball well and played well today. So I think that's the silver lining there. Hopefully he does it a little more consistently than just one game and then a string of bad games and then Anyway, that's it for Daily Fantasy Quickie. It's a short one, just because we have less games today. Yeah, it's week 15, guys, and good luck this week. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.